So we broke to the downside yesterday. We opened, we gapped higher. We failed in this area where we've been kind of failing the last couple of days. Big down, pretty big down move, 74 to 68.5, 2%. Solid bounce back up to the breakdown price, the retest, and then a little melt right into the close. So this morning we were actually above 270 a little bit earlier, shorted a little SPY right here. Basically want to see, do we break to the downside and what happens at yesterday's low? Do we keep going, get really ugly, get some big flush, or do we hold here? It seems like we're trying to hold above 269 right now. Hold above 269 and then take out a pre-market high. If we hold up here, a retest the failure area from the close. Hold up here, break to the downside, retest to the morning low, something like that. And we'll see. There's definitely a lot of different mixed signals. The one thing I can say is we're making lower lows on the SPYs since we topped out here at 281. So sellers in control. People are trying to figure out from a bigger perspective, can we make a higher low from the bottom from a couple weeks ago? Any type of closes back above 274 in the next few days, people will start to believe that this was the higher low, and we can work our way back up to here. And if we continue to close below 270 and don't really go crazy, can set us up for an easier break to the downside, as opposed to trying to chase things to the downside after we've just pulled back $10. So on the Qs, we failed right on the open, got back down below 68, came into the first support area, tried to pop back up to the top of it, failed again. It popped up again at the end of the day with the end of the day bounce, but pretty much closed right at the low, or a little bit above the low, but a half point above the low. So I guess what I'd be watching here is, are we starting to hold below 165? That would not be good for the Qs. And can we hold above 66.30? Hold above here, break to the upside, close above 68 would be pretty bullish for technology. Ultimately, though, you want to see it close. I mean, this is pretty clear. 68.70. It's $3.50 above where we are right now, but yeah, close up in this area up here, and then some follow through. Definitely been showing relative weakness to the SPYs. IWN, which is weird because SMH was strong yesterday. So IWM similar to the SPYs. So the low was 145, rallied up to 157.70ish. About a $13 move. We've now come off $9. Just it's not good. As long as we're below 150 on IWM, sellers are in control. Not really seeing much support. I guess a little bit at 148, but it's more like 146.5. What would catch my attention is if we had a move above 150 and then we took out 151 pretty quickly. and held up here. Okay, a bunch of stuff. Walmart. So Walmart had an amazing run after bottoming out in the low 90s. So bought almost every day for like a few weeks. So it basically started around 93.70 here. And then just slowly grinds. And there's a little selling here and then some selling here. And resume the uptrend. Coming into earnings, people sold. The numbers looked okay. Small beat. This was interesting. There was a small beat on EPS despite the revenues being a little light, which means margins are good, guidance in line. So I find that to be bullish. So this is about 2 ATRs in Walmart, this range right here. So topped out at 106 a few days ago. They sold it a little bit again, and then really sold it yesterday coming to earnings. So, and I really like it if it stays above 102. You get a close up here. It's be pretty bullish for it. So let's zoom in. So initial down move was to 101, held here 3 times, ripped it up $2, higher low. So buyers are in control. Tried to roll over again. They bought at 102. Maybe we get a retest. What did I put on the sheet? I didn't put support till 101, but they're buying here in the pre-market. So we want to see if they continue to buy there, if it flushes again, or if it's just holding above, let's say 103.30. Look for move to 104. See what happens. Cisco. So Cisco numbers look pretty good. This sold off with the rest of the market the last few days from 48 to 44.5. I had some offers up here and here to short a little bit in the after hours. Initial down move was to 44. I got taken here. Never got above 47. $48, 3.5 down, $1.75. 56. So it's basically right now it's split the difference from here. The down move basically is retraced 50%. And so I want to see, does it kind of fail above 46.50 on the open? And if it gets below 46, play it for a move back down to 45.30, 45. If it's showing strength on the open and holding above 46.50, I want to see what happens at 47. After 10 o'clock, if it's still up in this area here and breaks to the upside, that interests me. Let's see what it did last quarter on earnings. So where are we now? November, so August. Would have been this right here. So last quarter it gapped up 45.75, popped to 46, failed, closed at the low. Next day they started buying it up. It's actually a pretty tight range though, 45 to 40. Geez, really tight. I kind of see it pretty. So basically, you can see why I like 46 as on the daily. Basically, if it's holding below 46, not good. If it can hold above 46, then it gets a little bit interesting. It's a very liquid name. That's why I put it on there for you guys. Just it's very low risk. It's a good stock to practice on. It might be a little spiky right on the open, but other than that, it's very liquid. So let's see what it's done so far since I've been talking to you. So went up to 46.5 again. And, ooh, good. So anyway, this seems to be a good level that I picked to short a little, but we'll see. Oh, the spies are coming off. So it's coming off at the spies. Okay, so we're at yesterday's low. All right, Facebook. So New York Times ran a pretty nasty story on them yesterday. It was actually showing signs of bottoming. They'd been accumulated into 40 a couple days ago. Then they were buying it yesterday at 142. Showed strength at the end of the day. It was looking good. When this article comes out, I still do think that right on the open, it kind of flushes and holds, here and gets back above probably 42.50. Could be looking at a move back up to here. And we have an interesting measurement too, because we're below yesterday's low, so we're going to see how does this behave versus the market. InTap is, the numbers looked okay. I'm not sure why it's down so much, but it was worth putting on since it's having such a strong reaction to earnings. It may just be that it's up 30% this year. And so it does seem to, like, even as it's been going up, it's been having some pretty nasty pullbacks. What do I have in the sheet? So 72 support, right on the open. You notice that it flushes and then it's holding above 72 and then gets above 72.30 and look for a bounce. Right now, sellers in control. We don't have much volume, so we don't have much information. Next level below, city downgrade. Yeah, I'm not sure why they downgraded it. They did. Based on the numbers, I can't see what the issue was. UNG really in play again yesterday after the opening very minor flush, got back above 36, broke out in the afternoon, took out the pre-market high before settling in. It's gapping down $2, $2.50, 39.30, 270. So it's gapping down 270. There's a good chance the top is in. The uptrend from the last few days is now caught up to where it is trading though now. So what I'd be curious to see is now is if it bounces back up to 38 right there, fails, breaks below 36. That would be an interesting. And this just started from 32 here, so 32, 39.5, 7.5, 375. 36 is going to be a tough nut to crack, I think. But the way I'm looking at to start the day is 38 by 36. Okay. AMRN, I finally had the final flush on the open yesterday. Got back above 15. Once it got back above 15, it never dropped 15 again. And closed at 16, gapping up another $1 today. I don't know if it has that much more upside than this. I think 1750 to 1780. Going to be a tough spot. So it bottomed at below 14. So it's already bounced $3 and change. I think maybe it has another 50 to 75 cents in it before it settles in. CGC. In CGC yesterday, we shorted on the open here. And it flashed right up on the open, got below 36, and consolidated below 36, then broke to the downside, hit our price target, 32, and that was it. So that was pretty good. For today, this area here, shorting it. shorting it into here. I'm just watching this kind of band to see how it behaves. This is how I'm looking at it. Check back into the SPY one more time. So the SPYs have now come off $2.50 since I shorted, I don't know, an hour and a half ago. This is pretty ugly. So we will see where things bottom out. Just remember, if the market is all over the place, it could overwhelm some of the movement in the stocks that you're watching. But certainly the ones that we talked about, we want to watch, are they showing relative strength to the market? If it turns back up, start holding back above yesterday's low, it could be interesting.